Hello fellow guitar players, today I want to introduce you to a scale that you probably haven't heard of that often. I think many people of you know the pentatonic scale, the blues scale, the major scale, some know the harmonic minor scale, probably fewer know melodic minor, double augmented, whole tone, half whole diminished scales, because many people think they sound too jazzy and too fusion-like, and I cannot apply them in my playing because I don't play over these type of changes, and they sound too jazz-like, and I want to sound like a real tough, authentic rock guitar player, so I won't need these scales. Well, the scale I'm going to show you right now can be easily applied to a lot of standard rock and pop chord progressions, and I think it will fit very easily in your playing, and I think it can probably enrich your playing as well. And in fact, there are even certain harmonic settings in which you actually really need this scale to outline the changes correctly, but still don't sound like a jazz player and still like a rock player. And this is scale. The scale is called the Harmonic Major Scale, often referred to as major minor scale, because essentially it's a major scale which borrows a note from the relative minor scale. The harmonic major scale so essentially is in C, for example, a C major scale, but with a flatted 6th or flatted 13th, if you wish. So I'm gonna show you the scale right now. In C it would be C, D, E, F, G, A flat, B, C. Now I'm gonna show you all the scale patterns and all the chords that can be derived from the C harmonic major scale. Okay, so now the question might be, how can I apply, or where do I apply the scale? What is it good for? Well, if you take a look at some songs by, let's say, the late Beatles, you'll find some compositional technique which is called modal interchange. Like, let's say you take chords from the C major scale and you mix them up with chords from the relative minor scale, which would be the C minor, or if you change it to major, would be the E flat major scale. And on the 4th degree you find a minor chord, which would be in the key of C, would be the F minor chord, the minor subdominant, which is a very common chord which is used in pop songs, for example. Or you might find on the 7th degree a diminished chord, or you might find on the 5th degree a dominant 7th chord with a flat 9. All these chords can be derived from the C harmonic major scale, and of course you can play the C harmonic major scale over it. Also, diminished chords, I will probably go into more detail in another tutorial. You find 3 types of diminished chords in a key, and you have to use different scales over that. But let's say you use the B flat or the B or the D diminished chord in a C major situation, you can apply C harmonic major scale, and you can also use the F harmonic major scale, the G harmonic major scale, but I will go into more detail later with that. So the first thing I would suggest to practice is just the fingerings and all the scale patterns of this scale, and I would probably approach it the same way as you approach harmonic minor. You don't essentially learn completely new scale patterns, you learn which tone changes to what. So essentially you think in C major, but you just flatten the A to an A flat. That would be all. The song that I started with was just C major and then F minor, and I'm gonna give you the play along to it, and you can probably check out the scale over this little chord progression. If you want to dig a little bit deeper, like let's say some jazz players might want to do, I would suggest checking out for example the tune Wave by Antonio Carlos Jobim, where you can apply the D harmonic major scale over chords like, let's say, the D major, the B flat diminished, the G minor, and also the F sharp dominant 7th chord in that tune. So I hope I could give you some insight into this scale. In the next tutorial I'm gonna show you some more tricks about diminished chords and about an altered pentatonic scale, the minor flat 4 pentatonic, which can be found in the Harmonic Major Scale too. And well, have a good time checking out this scale, and so long. Bye.